Good evening, everyone. It is me, Natalie Cousins, your real estate hope coach. I hope that you guys are having an awesome and amazing day. And so, as promised, I told you that I would come on here and just present you guys with a live training because the number one question that I've been asked from some of the clients that I coach is what do I do with my unqualified buyers? And so, obviously, we are in this business to be able to grow. We are in this business to be able to continue to communicate with our clients for those who are not able to qualify. We don't want to just pass the bucket on and not be able to have them convert to home ownership. And I always preach that one of my main goals here as a real estate agent is to convert my renters into buyers and have their name on title. And so I wanted to share a little bit of what I do in my business and how I've been able to grow over the last couple of years. And so a lot of you know that I am from Toronto, Canada, and I have been licensed in the state of Georgia since 2013. I've been a real estate coach and a business coach since 2006. And one of the things that I love about last year and the change in my business is I was able to close numerous deals while being on Canadian soil and allowing for my team to be able to close deals here in Georgia. Now, one of the main things when the calls would come in, it would be me prospecting with the leads or the buyers and finding out that some of them didn't have the required credit score to even get a loan with FHA, which was only 580 at the time. We also know now with COVID-19, a lot of things have changed. Some of the lenders have upped the FHA score to 670. And so we know that FHA has been one of the ways for people to get into home ownership, but there's been a lot of downturn since the pandemic. And so through coaching, I didn't want to be able to just say it to a selective few of people. I wanted to be able to show you guys what I have been able to do to lucratively change my business. And so, once I started coaching and I started to see that a lot of my clients were having a problem, one of their main things was they're attracting their buyers after going through my coaching program, but then the buyers are not qualified. And so I enlisted upon myself a group of mentors, individuals who have been very successful in their business. One of the people that I'm going to have you speak with or meet tonight is a multimillionaire in the real estate business and the direct sales. And so essentially, when I was introduced to this program, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be a way for me to be able to convert individuals and have them have ownership. And so what I would do is I would do my consultation. I would try to see where my clients fit in. And believe you me, if I did 10 calls within a day, out of those 10 calls, 8 were not ready for home ownership. It could have been that they didn't have the down payment, but most importantly, they couldn't qualify for down payment assistance because they didn't have the required down payment funds. And so I was introduced into this program where we will be able to work with these individuals to increase their credit, do credit restoration, and through holding their hand through that problem, yes, that we would be able to convert them to home ownership by way of their credit score. And so I want to invite you guys tonight to meet a very good colleague of mine. His name is Ro Davis. He is a real estate investor. He is also in the mortgage business, and he has been able to show us how we can be able to convert our renters into homeowners by way of aligning them with the right numbers and credit scores. And so, Ro, I do want you to come on this platform and be able to introduce yourself and just share with everybody your success and how you've helped me grow my business and others as well. Unmute. You're on mute. Let's see here.
You got it.
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, first of all, before I go any further, I definitely want to give it back to you, Natalie. I am very impressed with what you have been able to accomplish. And I think that the group that you have created is extremely necessary because the more mentorship, the more leadership, the more coaching that we can get, the more successful we can be in this industry. And I also want to thank those of you who are listening to this presentation for taking the time to invest and to grow in your business. As Natalie said, my name is Ro Davis. I've been in the real estate industry a little over 25 years now. I've bought and sold over 1,000 properties in my time in this industry. Prior to the market crashing in 2005, my business was doing about 5 million in sales consistently. And, you know, we were very successful. My background in real estate started in the mortgage industry. So one of the reasons why I was so successful at buying and selling and acquiring real estate is because I understood the finance part about it. And, you know, a major part to that, even back then, we were connected to credit repair specialists. So we were able to take people who wanted to buy, who couldn't buy, and position them to be able to become financeable. So we were in the habit of doing exactly what we're discussing on this call, and that is we grew our buyers from a grassroots level. See, when you understand what it takes in order to get someone financed, you can be proactive. And we were able to be very successful because we grew our buyers from a grassroots level. So back in 2005, 2007, if you will, prior to being introduced to the direct sales industry, I was very negative. I was what you would call a rotten apple. I was making millions of dollars in the game. And quite frankly, I thought that this industry was beneath me. And so I made fun of it. But when the market crashed back in 2007, I literally went from owning a mortgage company to actually being in foreclosure myself. I tell people I went from driving luxury vehicles to hiding luxury vehicles from the boot man and the repo man. So I was in a situation that although I was skeptical, I don't know if you've ever felt this way, I was too broke to remain skeptical. And so someone introduced this industry. And I'll tell you that it was one of the best opportunities of my life, because in addition to the fact that I eventually, because I stayed with that company a little over 10 years. And so I'm proud to say that today I'm a documented 7-figure earner in the game. And all that means is that I've learned some things that has given me the ability to help thousands of people across the country to be successful in this industry. But when my former company started wobbling, I could no longer represent it with integrity. So one of the things that we're taught when we come in this game is to define our why. You know, a why is something that we say, what's bigger than money, bigger than yourself, that you're willing to run through a brick wall for. And for me, that is our community. I believe that, you know, I'm a social entrepreneur. I want to make a lot of money, but I also want to help a lot of people, if that makes sense. And so I launched here in Chicago a business incubator similar to a co-working shared office space. And we offer services and things of that nature. I also teach a real estate course called Flip That Hood, where I teach individuals how to become developers. You know, I think a lot of us talk about buying back the block and taking over the retail infrastructure. And I think that most of us agree that we should. The question is not really if we should, but how. And so the things that I've created over the last 4 years have been very instrumental in helping individuals not only get their business off the ground, but begin to take advantage of some of the dormant assets in our community. So about 2 years ago, I was introduced to FES. At the time, I was not in the spirit, if you will, to work a network marketing business. Although I believed in the industry, I was immersed in real estate. And so I think that many of you can relate. This game can become very time consuming when you're successful. And but I did need to restore my credit. And so that was very attractive to me. So I allowed the company to work on my credit. My credit score literally was a 499. The company was able to take my score from a 499 to over 700 in about 6 to 7 months. And so the primary product that we have, as you're going to hear later, is credit restoration. The concept is great, but the question is, does the product really work? Well, I'm a living testimony that it works. And so I was able to leverage that 700 score to over $500,000 in material benefits between being able to purchase buildings in the name of my business. I was able to get lines of credit. I think we all understand the power of credit. And so in recent times, when COVID hit and we were sent home, and those of us who had a traditional business, we weren't able to go to work. We had to work from home. And so, while many people laugh at the direct sales industry and belittle it, I saw that the people at home were waiting on the stimulus check, but the people who had built a home-based business, their business was growing out of control. They were enjoying unprecedented success. They say that more millionaires and billion-dollar companies are created during recessions than any other time in history. And I think that we all can agree that our country is headed for a recession. The question is, how do we become one of those millionaires on a billion-dollar run? I think that we're in the right place at the right time with real estate. In business, timing and positioning is everything. And I think that there's going to be a lot of inventory in our market, but we have to be positioned with credit, qualified buyers, and seed capital to be able to do it. And so unless you're already rich and you've already, built up a reservoir, a way that we can do it is the ability to begin to work with some of these individuals who are not credit worthy and position them to be able to purchase the properties that we're fixing, flipping, or maybe we're just a realtor in those deals. And so I want to challenge us to keep an open mind about the things that you're going to hear. So that's my story. I want to introduce an individual to you, someone that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. I did very well. I earned a 5-figure income in my first 30 days and ran to the position of executive sales director, which is 5 leadership levels in less than 30 days. And I was able to do so largely because of the individual that I'm going to introduce. He's only 27 years old. I'm 50. I know y'all thought I was 18, but I'm 50. And I tell you that when I heard this gentleman's story, it literally blew my mind. He is at the pinnacle of our company and at a position that we call pinnacle. He is a multi-million-dollar earner in this game and is in the Network Marketing Hall of Fame. 27, he got in this game 3 or 4 years ago with bad credit and no credibility. For those of you who are in the 40 and 50 club, what could we do with an opportunity like this with the right leadership and guidance when you look at his story. So with that, I want to introduce my mentor in this game, Alfred Nixon, Pinnacle Senior Vice President. Alfred, are you there?
Absolutely, absolutely. And Mr. Davis, I appreciate the kind words and, just want to give it back to your leadership. You came in your first month. You always have a heart for the people. You always had a heart for people in the community to give them the information to get in real estate, to buy the block back, to position it for home ownership. And just got so much respect for what you was able to go out there and do. Your first month, you went up 5 promotions, made a significant income. I mean, you helped a ton of people go out there and do the same thing. So definitely want to give it back to you, Mr. Davis. Definitely want to give it back to Ms. Cousins for putting on this platform, giving us an opportunity to share information that can really impact your life on tonight. Ms. Cousins, if you can mute them out, that'd be great. So before I jump into any part of the information that we're going to share on tonight, I kind of want to just share my story for everybody that's watching on the live stream. So we're not complete strangers. As Mr. Davis mentioned, my name is Alfred Nixon. I'm 27 years old. And I'm not sure if you can relate to me, but about 3-4 years ago, I was at one of the lowest points in my life. I'm talking about my credit was jacked up. I was living paycheck to paycheck. Matter of fact, I was working for the city of Miami sanitation department. So if you ever came to South Beach, I was the guy that was picking up trash on the beach. But let me tell you how good God is. One of my good friends shared this information with me. He knew that I was actually trying to get into another vehicle, but my credit was holding me up. He said, Alfred, I found the platform and I want to introduce you to some people that's in charge of this program that can help us take our credit to the next level. So I came, I went to go see the information. It was just blown away with all of the benefits, all of the services, and the testimonials of what the platform has done for people. So we ended up getting started, and within 4 months, not only did my credit score torpedo 95 points, we started earning in 1 month what we used to make in an entire year at that job. And since then, my wife and I, we haven't looked back since. Our first 7 months in the platform, we was able to generate a 6-figure income. We've helped well over 80 people become 6- and 7-figure earners. We've helped hundreds upon hundreds of people build this business full-time from home. And we've helped tens upon tens of thousands of customers come on our platform and seek good results. So I want to encourage you, I want to prepare you to write notes. We're going to go over all of the benefits and how we was able to go out there and do that. But we talked about the good and other things that we was able to accomplish, but I also want to go back and show you where I was prior to even getting involved with a platform like this, right? I want to show you where we was at prior to getting engaged with what we're about to show you. This was me in the suit with the cup in my hand, trying to figure life out. Again, we were struggling financially. So we went from that to where we at now. I just actually finished building one of my homes from the ground up. We was able to retire our parents because of this platform, was able to buy one of my dream cars, a Rolls Royce that's paid for, no leases, it's paid for in full. And we also one of the end time investors in our ministry. We help fund the mission trip. We fund the kingdom through this platform. And we don't put so many people through home ownership. So let me go ahead and jump right into it and talk about what's going on in America, right? It's 43 million Americans that got less than a 599 credit score. And to be honest with you, if you're watching on the live stream, that number has since skyrocketed with this pandemic. It's a lot of people that may be even living off of their credit cards. It's a lot of people that may be defaulted. I think I was looking at a stat on CNBC that 29% of people didn't pay their rent or mortgage last month, right? So it's a lot of people that's going to need some credit help. But this was a stat that just blew my mind. 43 million Americans that got less than the 599 credit score. Now, here's the solution that Ms. Cousins, that myself, that Mr. Davis has brought to the table to not only help you, but empower your buyers. Our goal here is to help you close more deals. How we're going to do that? We got to position and equip people to have good credit, right? So we have a membership here, ladies and gentlemen. It's called the Protection Plan membership. And in this membership, we're not just going to restore their credit. Yeah, that's one of the most important things. We're going to take care of their credit, but we're giving them 12 life-changing services, ladies and gentlemen, one of them being a budgeting tool, right? So we're not just putting them in a program, we putting their whole financial health, we giving them all of the tools they need to soar in their life. So you're going to get a budgeting tool. And that was huge for me coming into a platform like this where I was used to making about $31,000 a year. You start making that type of money a month, I can tell you right now, money don't come with instructions. So thank God for this budgeting tool that they had in place, right? The second thing, obviously, is credit restoration. Now, if you're taking notes, write this down. We've been in business since 2004, right? So this is not a startup company that we just started up and we're trying to prove ourselves. We got tens of thousands of satisfied clients. Matter of fact, one of my good friends, Flex Alexander, I'm not sure if you ever seen the TV show One-on-One, or he actually played Michael Jackson in a couple of movies. He was able to come through our program and his score was in the low 500s. His score went up 300 points. He just recently was able to go out there and get a brand new Porsche because of this platform. So with credit restoration, we take you through a couple of different phases. We've deleted millions of items, tax liens, foreclosures, bankruptcies, medical bill, any negative item you could think of, we know exactly how to get it removed off of your credit. We also give our clients Credit Builder. So we're giving your client a whole financial toolbox, right? Credit Builder is going to educate your client on how to take their credit to the next level and maintain their credit. And one of the services I want to highlight, if you can follow me on the bottom of the screen, look where it says debt payoff. See, we have a system called debt payoff that's going to help you get out of debt with this platform. If you got any student loans, I'm talking to somebody that's on the live feed, put a 1 in the chat if you got student loans or you know somebody with student loans, right? Any type of debt that you have, we're going to be able to help you get out of debt at a faster rate. We also give you a financial lockbox. That's a virtual safety deposit box. And one of the biggest things that I want to highlight and touch up on, if you didn't notice, every 2 seconds, somebody's identity is stolen, right? That's one of the fastest growing crimes in America. And we have a platform called identity monitoring, right? That's going to protect your identity. We have a net worth calculator that can help you build your net worth. We have a savings goal, a will and a trust. So we're giving your client all of the tools. So it's not just credit. Yeah, we're going to take their credit to the next level. Yeah, we're going to move those derogatory out, but we're giving them a bunch of services to get them right, right? Now, I kind of want to show you what that portal looks like for your client, right? Our goal is not just to put them in a program. We're going to show you how the portal look, right? So with the portal, you have the budgeting tool, right? Let me go ahead and log back in, right? So you're going to get, your client's going to get a portal that looks like this when they enroll into the platform. And then you have that budgeting tool that we were talking about, right? That they get access to. And with this budgeting tool, we have videos for every single service, every step of the way. All you got to do is plug and play, and you can track their results. So you can see when they're ready, when we can put them into their home, right? So here's the budgeting tool.
Creating a budget is an excellent way to track your spending, which will help you to avoid debt and increase your savings. Your personal budget will allow you to see exactly where your money is going and if you are meeting your financial goals each month.
So that's the budgeting tool. Same thing happens with the credit restoration. We got a video step by step where you can plug and play. Same thing with the debt payoff system, right? Same thing with the savings goal. We have a system that your client gets. They also get an app where you can plug and play. This is going to be a tool. It's going to make you more tractable as a realtor. What if I told you this program can help you close 3 or 4 more deals? A lot of our top earners are 7-figure real estate people, right? And they use this platform as a pipeline to continue to just put people here in this pipeline. And as their credit get right, they got a pipeline of clients that they can start putting into homes, right? So you have access to doing that here with the platform. And then again, we give your client, you give your client a roadmap, right? So month 1, we activating their services. We leveraging all of the benefits. Month 2 to 3, we helping them build their score. We don't have people that came in our program within 60 days, seen 100+ point increase, right? Month 4 to 6, we helping them get out of any outstanding debt. So we got a system in place that's been cookie cutter that has helped tens upon tens of thousands of people see massive results when it comes to their credit. Now, we have some tools that can help you build your credit. One of the things that I want to highlight is called Credit My Rent. So if you have people that's been renting, we can put their rental history. We go back as far as 24 months, and we put every single month, if it's positive rental history, on their credit as a trade line. We done seen some people score increase 80 plus points. Come on, somebody, you in real estate, you know when you're trying to get at that closing table and they may be a few points off, you can use that credit, my rent, and it shows up within a few weeks. We also have a secure credit card. Maybe you got a client who never even established credit. They can start using that secure credit card to start building their score. So we got resources to actually help them even build their score. And look at the price point. Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been in the real estate game, you know people out there charging people $2,000 and $3,000 to fix their credit. And people is paying it because they want to get in the home. You telling me that you're going to be able to get access to all of these benefits, right? With a proven company, since benefit since 2004 for less than $200 and $89 a month. Are you kidding me? This is a game changer if you're in a real estate game. And if your client refers 5 people, they actually got a free membership. They get their membership for free. So that's the background of the company. Again, we've been around since 2004. Our headquarters is located in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Tens upon tens of thousands of success stories, and we've deleted millions of items. Tax liens, foreclosures, bankruptcies. Don't let nobody tell you that your stuff got to sit on your credit for 7 or 10 years. That is a myth. Go do me a favor if you're writing notes. Go look up the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I'm going to say that again. Go look up the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That allows you to dispute any negative item on your credit report, whether it's accurate or not, whether it's yours or not. We go in there and we clean that thing up. We know exactly how to dispute those items to get those removed to take your credit to the next level. So that's the background of the company, all of the services that we offer. Now I'm going to shift gears a little bit, right? I'm going to talk to you guys. If you're in real estate or if you're on a call and you're in a group and you say, hey, Alfred, listen, how could I get on the side and generate some income? I know a bunch of people that can benefit from this service. I'm going to talk to you about a business opportunity that I got involved with. So it's $188 to become a customer. Well, to join the business, to get your own franchise, to get your own website that you can plug people to and monitor your clients and get compensated for, it's less than $300. $288 to get started, $89 a month as well for your monthly maintenance. Again, if you refer 5 people, the power of 5, this $89 fee that you see here is waived within our platform, right? Now, again, when you pay the $288, you got live agent and customer support. So you're not the one that's fixing the credit. Neither am I. Neither is Ms. Cousins. Neither is Mr. Davis. I see we also have Mr. Randy on the call as well. We're not fixing anyone's credit. All we're doing, we're plugging and playing. We're putting them in the system. We have an underwriting team. We have a corporate staff. They got the years of experience. They have a system. They're going to take care of your client, and you monitor everything while they're working on your client's reports with our platform. You also get up to $100,000 in life insurance. You don't get this if you come in at $188. You got to come in at $288. They're going to give you up to $100,000 in life insurance with no medical exam. Let's talk about how the commission structure is paid out. So let's just say you say, Alfred, you know what? This makes sense. Ms. Cousins, I want to be a part of your team. I want to come on board. Mr. Davis, Randy, how do I get started? If you come on board, you're going to get your own account, right? And every time you refer a customer, right, as we start putting these people in the pipeline, right, while we get their credit right so we can put them in a home, every customer you bring in, your commission up front is going to be $100. You're making $100 up front, $12 a month residual. We have people that's in real estate. We have people that sell cars. They is absolutely crushing this. We got people that's bringing in 50 people a week, just referring 50 customers a week to get their credit right. You do the math, 50 people times $100, that's $5,000 in a week, right? This platform is crazy. You also pick up $12 a month residually. There's no amount to the limit to the amount of people you can refer. You make 100 up front. Second way we get paid, you can build a team. So if you know other real estate professionals, other people this can be of value to, you can introduce them to this platform. And every time you bring somebody in at $288, every time you get somebody on your team and they come in and they get 2 customers, the company's going to pay you a bonus. That bonus range anywhere from $100 to $560. Now, the position we want to help you get to on a screen like ASAP is called sales director. That takes about a team of 20 to 25 people. You have the ability to start earning $380 every time somebody joins your team. You're still picking up $100 when you bring in a customer. This is just the second way you get paid, right? Third way you get paid is the monthly infinity bonus. This bonus is paid out once a month based on the revenue volume that you and your team do, you get a percentage. And it starts out at sales director. And again, I got my wife involved, right? We double dip. My wife is a powerful businesswoman. She owns her own surgery. People know that if she brings them something, they respect her integrity. They just going to fall in line because she's very successful. She's what you call, if you have a husband or a spouse, wife, get them in the system. I got my wife involved. She's a senior vice president. Her monthly bonus is $22,500 a month at this example. Senior regional VP, $62,500 a month off of that volume. Senior executive VP, you get 2.75% of that volume, over 137,000 a month. And when you hit the pinnacle senior vice president level, that is the level that I'm currently at right now. And I won't say that I'm at, our team is at. We did this together as a team. At that level, it just becomes, it's not about you anymore. It becomes about people, how many people you can help. At that level, they're paying out $300,000, not a year, every month. And this is just one way that we generate income here with the platform. They also have a few perks, and I don't want to continue to go into it, but they have a few perks that when you refer a certain amount of people, they give you different cash bonuses of 10 grand, 25,000. They pay up to 1,500 a month towards your car note. And then you also can get access to the 5,000 a month mortgage payment. That's the current level we at right now. So we always tell people as we close out with the platform, you in business for yourself, but you never by yourself. You have training, tools, and support. We give you everything you need to go to that next level. So hope you guys seen value in that for your customers. Hopefully some of you guys seen value on the business side of things, how you can help some folks and generate some income. And I appreciate you for having me on tonight. I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Ms. Cousins.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for your contributions. I do want to say this, that in the nutshell, when I found it hard and found it difficult to be able to just tell a buyer that they didn't qualify, the look on their faces was, for me, heartbreaking, because I always want to see individuals win. I always want to see individuals come out on top. And when I started enrolling my buyers who were declined by the bank into this system, showing them how to use the budget tools, doing the debt eliminators, especially for those who have the student loans or who have high-end car payments and things like that. And just seeing the text messages come in or the screenshots coming in of their results in a certain amount of days. And I remember one particular young lady who reached out to me on Facebook, who has been watching me for maybe about a year. And she basically had texted me through Facebook Messenger, and she said, hey, I'm a mom, single mom, I've got 4 kids, and I want to be able to own a home for my children. And I want to relocate from Florida to Georgia. And when we went through and we did the application with her, she was declined. One of the lenders, unfortunately, that I was working with declined her because her sources of income wasn't through employment. She had SSI, she had disability, and she had child support. And this lender just felt that because it wasn't employment income, they weren't going to approve her. Long story short, I enrolled her into this program, sat down with her, came up with a budget, showed her how she would be able to save off her SSI, off her disability, and off her child support payments. And that was in December of 2019. By the time we walked her through the program, got her cleaning up her credit, we closed with her in Valdosta, March 18th of this year. Guys, the power of home ownership for so many people. Many have said that people have told them that they won't be able to own a home. For me, relocating from Canada to here, I had a 0 credit score. Enrolling with FES took me from the low 400s. Today, I sit at a 618, and I'm building my credit, and I can publicly say that. So I believe that for myself, if I'm doing something, and if everyone knows me or if you've coached with me before, I like to be a product of the product. If I'm going to be advising a client to do something, I want to be able to have gone down that path for myself. And I've heard from my colleagues here speaking about, going from owning certain things and then having to hide certain things. And I know what it's like to go from being a six-figure income earner to being flat out broke and having to start again. And so when I see a system like this that has been able to not just put money in my pockets for me to be able to put food on the table for my children, but in order to see the dynamic results of handing keys over to an individual who thought that home ownership was never possible, I say that I've done my job, and it gets me waking up and standing in my purpose. And so for those of you who are looking to increase your business this way, instead of telling somebody you've been denied and never speaking to them again, why not put them into a program that is going to work with them, where you don't have to do any of the work. You're just holding their hand along the way until we get them saying yes to an address and having their name on a deed. All you've got to do is just direct message me. I'll be able to do a one-on-one with you. And like Alfred just said, you are in business, but you're not alone. I show you how I do drip campaigns. I show you how I'm able to market to individuals who may be on the fence about their credit. I will open up my doors as your coach to show you how you can use this program to build your initial business of credit restoration and getting them on the homeownership journey, but also building your real estate business so you can get repeat business, referrals, and more money into your bank account. And so I just want to thank you guys for your time this evening. Again, my name is Natalie Cousins. I strive to be your #1 real estate coach in the industry. Get at me if you guys have any questions, but I appreciate your time tonight. And I want to thank all of you who have joined. Ro, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, as well as Alfred, and you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Bye for now.